How's it going, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to be looking at the Chevy section at the 2023 New York Auto Show. We're going to be starting off, I'm kind of starting off away from everyone, but we're going to be starting off with probably my favorite car by far from the Chevy section. You got the new Z06. Unfortunately though, that's not like, you know, the new trick this year. That was already here last year. So you got a Z06, you got nice Camaro SS. A couple of the trucks we're going to be looking at in a second, and then I think you got a regular C8 over there. But the, I guess, new car, the new kind of front stage car, she's actually talking, there's a lady talking about it right now, I believe, so there's going to be like a lot of voices, a lot of noises, so I do apologize for this. But we actually have the brand new 2024 Corvette E-Ray. Again, this is a little bit controversial. However, I actually really like what Chevy did with this, because again, they're still offering an internal combustion engine Corvette right behind me with the Z06. They still got the regular Corvette Stingray's internal combustion engines. But they're basically this new E-Ray. This is the one that was just kind of released this past winter. It's actually all-wheel drive. It's the very first all-wheel drive Corvette, and I honestly think that they didn't really butcher it. Again, I kind of like what they did with it. Overall, it looks like a regular plain old Stingray, except in the front you kind of have a little bit of a different grille. But yeah, it looks kind of cool. The one thing that I kind of think is pretty ugly, honestly, is that rear spoiler. I feel like that rear spoiler with like the two sides to it, kind of weird. The interior actually does look a little bit updated compared to the first year C8s, like the 2020s and the 2021s, but I'm pretty sure that they updated the new Stingrays as well, so there's not really saying much. But again, it's really cool, really revolutionary vehicle. It's the first, forget about the electrification, it's the first all-wheel drive Corvette ever, so that's another reason why it's really neat. Also, I like that Chevy actually kind of like lays out all their factory colors. Unfortunately, they don't have any names next to them or anything, so I have absolutely no idea what we're looking at right now. But I do know that I've seen some of these on the Corvettes. I've seen the orange one that actually that orange one looks like the one on that Z06 right over there. But yeah, pretty cool, kind of neat. Now I do know, and I see them back there, Chevy last year, they went ahead and basically displayed their engines alongside with the vehicles that those engines are powering, which again, as a car enthusiast, not someone that's just here for like the newest, you know, most expensive car or whatever, to me that's really cool. When a manufacturer actually goes out of their way, chops up an engine, and I mean, it doesn't really cost them much, let's be real, but I just think it's really neat. So right here we got the 6.6 liter V8, which I'm assuming is in that Silverado right over there. And then we got a Z71, which I love these Silverados. I feel like these are my favorite, I guess, trims. But again, I'm not really much of a truck guy myself, so kind of like it, kind of don't care at the same time. And then over here, I think this is, oh no, this is another 6.6 liter, but it's a Duramax, so it looks a little bit bigger than the other one. But yeah, got a couple new trucks. I don't really think Chevy is debuting any new trucks. I'll look around. They do have their electric section kind of separated from the internal combustion engine section, which I do like, because honestly, all these new electric vehicles at the auto show, it gets a little bit old after a while, so that is kind of cool. But actually, it looks like the Camaro's clearing up a little bit. So going back over to the Camaro, I mean, this is interesting because, again, it's, at first glance, it's just another like 6th gen Camaro, right? They've been around for a few years now, but this may very well be the very last, not only Camaro that's an internal combustion engine, but also a Camaro that's just a car in general. I just put out a video basically talking about what I think Chevy should do to kind of save the Camaro nameplate. But the Chevy CEO has said multiple times that they're going to be moving on from this car as early as 2024. So this may literally be like the end of an era, and I feel like it's not getting a lot of attention because you got the new E-Ray up front and center, you get the new Z06. Not a lot of people care about just a regular Camaro, but I think it's kind of interesting because this very well may be the last evolution of this nameplate, which is kind of sad to say. And again, I'm a Mustang fan. I'm a Ford fan. Like, I own a Mustang. But I don't hate on Camaros at the same time, you know what I'm saying? So I appreciate them, and I would really, really hate to see Chevy just throw the nameplate away. I mean, it would really suck. But yeah, and kind of cool. I like the color too. I think that's a new factory color. Correct me if I'm wrong down in the comments. But yeah, kind of crazy to think that the Camaro, which has almost been around almost as long as like the Mustang, is, you know, going to be coming to an end shorter than we think. So now over here, making my way over to the electric section. This has got to be by far my least favorite car, or least favorite vehicle, I guess I should say, out of the Chevy section, and that is the new all-electric Chevy Blazer. I'm not trying to talk shit in front of a bunch of people who may potentially like it, but I don't know. I hate the fact that they made the Blazer out of all things electric, but again, it is what it is. It does actually have a really cool charging port up there, so not trying to hate on it completely, trying to give it some props. I like the design. I like how it's kind of tucked in on the upper part, I guess, of the wheel arch there, but definitely completely different than the Chevy Blazers of the past. I mean, even the interiors too.
After 70 years.
Like the interior is super updated, and again, I just think it's kind of weird because when you think of Chevy Blazer, at least for me, I think of like, you know, Ford Bronco. I think of like an old rugged truck, and I don't think of this. Even if it wasn't electric, like even if they brought it back and it just like looked like this, I just feel like the design, they kind of missed out on it. But over here, this is actually an electric vehicle from Chevy that I actually kind of like. I like the design. That's the new Equinox. The front end looks nice. I'm pretty sure this was out last year as well. I don't think this is a brand new release. But again, let me know if I'm wrong down in the comments below. I feel today, last night I had very little sleep. I'm busting out a lot of videos today, so if I mess up, I do apologize, guys, but I'm trying to get as much content from this auto show, just like last year, out to you guys so you guys can enjoy it. But yeah, I think that this has been out for like a year now, but again, I still like the design. I also do kind of like the design of the new electric Silverado, which is up there. Again, I'd rather, if I were to buy a truck, I'd rather get, you know, one of the regular Silverados, but this is actually kind of cool. I feel like the wheel size though is like it's cartoonishly large. Like, it's so freaking big. I just reviewed an Escalade on the channel, and the Escalade had 22s, and I don't even know what these are, but they are just giant. And actually, yeah, it says it right on the side of the sidewall right there. They're actually 24-inch wheels, which I don't know, man. To me, that just like looks a little bit cartoony-ish. Let me know what you guys think about that new Silverado. And then I guess finishing off here in kind of like their like little compact EV section, you got a couple Chevy Bolts, basically the two different trims. I actually kind of like these Chevy Bolts. I like the front. I like how they're, I guess, made to look a little bit more aggressive. But again, at the end of the day, they're still just like a little compact electric commuter car. So whatever, it is what it is. Let me know what you guys thought down in the comments below of the Chevy section. Again, let me know if you guys are like Chevy fans or whatever. Let me know if you like the new E-Ray. But yeah, thank you guys so much for sticking to the end of today's video. Again, definitely be sure to stay tuned for a lot more videos from this New York Auto Show. If you haven't already, also definitely be sure to subscribe. That'll kind of keep you in the loop. But yeah, thank you guys so much for sticking to the end of today's video, and I'll see you guys in the next one. If you enjoyed today's video, click on either of these links right here to watch a similar video from this channel, or click on the little circle link right there to actually subscribe to the channel. It's absolutely free. I do appreciate all the support, but thank you for sticking to the end of this video, and I hope you have a fantastic day.